So in terms of
He doesn't know what
actually doing the chicks in the spring, I mean, are you choosing to find out what they're, are you
doesn't know
sexing them
what
or whatever
to
at that point? Because you don't want to have a bunch of roosters around. So what do you do when you find out, oh, I got a bunch of roosters? Are you just killing them to eat them, or are you giving them away? Or?
It won't work that way. Like, you know, nature has a way. You never.
You're just a mystic, aren't you? so wait. So
you're like I said. Don't overthink
I thought
it.
when you go and you buy them, like at TSC or whatever, they say it's 50%. Like they'll choose. You try to get it, but when you're and they were saying like in nature, it's going to be 50-50 chance. So, but you're not saying that it usually is that.
No.
It's much more likely that you get females.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Where's the other?
So that was really nice. That was Jess, who is a friend of your dad's. He gave us the guineas.
A new acquaintance of ours.
Yeah.
Perhaps to be he and his family, perhaps to be friends off in the future.
Perhaps to be friends. Gave us the guineas and then gave us this rooster. So just supporting us and getting our flock started and
more established
and then
help create a little bit more warmth in our little coop this winter because he's a big guy. The rooster.
The rooster, yeah. Oh, Jess. But I was confused. I thought you were talking about him. But yeah, he gave us some tips on the coop and then some tips on roosting boxes.
So it's not really official yet. Oh. But the kids, after meeting the rooster, and they became infatuated with his mohawk, they call it. So we're considering calling him BA for Bad Attitude Baracus. From, 18, I guess.
What do you mean 18, I guess? From the 18.
Yes.
Played by Mr. T. Yeah. 1983 to 1987. Bad Attitude Baracus. Of course, they're a mechanic and help fashion all of the different instruments they'd make at the end of the episode in order to conquer the bad guys and stuff. And had a love-hate relationship with Murdoch that was displayed in a few episodes where you could tell they actually had more of a kinship than what was led on, as he kind of more feigned annoyance in a way. And, of course, his fear of flying. That was a major plot point in
So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if this rooster, has some similarities to BA, if he has a fear of flying and such and whatever else, and as to whether the name will fit. But what is really clear and already has been predetermined is that your brain has space for all these inane, seemingly useless to many of us kinds of details and facts. And when you tell me perpetually, I can't remember where to put that one thing in the house because that's new information, too much information. I don't have space for that kind of stuff. It's just going to have to be... The reason you don't have the space is because you hold on to all those details. And I guess it comes in use every once in a while in a situation like this, but otherwise, is it necessary? They're hard. The birds aren't paying more for a fancy high-rise, so they can just get the basic. Now I gotta figure out if that edge is gonna be too. So, see if I can do this the way Mark does. Walk and talk. And film. I can't quite do that. I'm not the best multitasker with things that require safety and stuff. So this is a pre-existing box, or two crates that were already nailed together that my dad happened to have in his workshop, just kind of in a pile of junk. that went flying off somewhere to never be found again unless it's in someone's foot. Get a magnet. What the hell? Wow. I guess Mark was right. I was all cocky earlier when I was banging in those into those lips. But that one went flying off just like that. Hi. Boy. You just... Hi. What? You excited that I'm doing this? You excited that I'm doing this? This is magenta. Yeah. You are curious. Okay, no, we're not gonna just hang out here. Goofball. There we go. Okay. But I want to do it more at an angle so that you wouldn't be sticking right down in the middle. Ah! My rudimentary roof that'll be easier to clean. Keep clean from because this is going to be positioned kind of underneath some of the roosts in there, and they just are shitting machines, so they have it covered up within a day, and so this way, no problems. I don't know if you can tell, but this is all, they're just pretty small dimensions in terms of nesting boxes from what I've read officially, what they recommend, but I've also been told that they can lay eggs in some pretty precarious, tiny spaces, so if I get them used to this as a familiar space now going into winter as they're maturing, maybe they'll be just what they need in the spring when they start laying eggs. We'll see. I know it's nice to repurpose something that was already put together, and a little pop of color never hurt. So yeah. Maybe now, with the gentleman joining your crew, maybe you ladies will, and I guess there are some gentlemen guineas here more than likely anyway, but maybe you'll enjoy having some kind of closed in, cozy spaces to nestle away into. I know I would. I like to nestle away from the guys in my house sometimes. Ladies just need alone time. All right.
It is windy and blah. Don't like it. Don't like it. Well, the manure spreading is on hold for today. I think I'm going to get back to working on the barn door I was working on. The barn doors are just kind of rotted off, and the more we use them, the worse they get. But my father-in-law used to salvage old buildings, so there's tons of wood around this place. found some really nice tongue and groove wood, the old stuff, the good stuff, and I'm going to try to build a new door out of that, I guess. I'm not very good at measuring and like trying to think of something and then make that thing happen.
Mark is extremely cold-natured. Anybody knows him knows that like it can be 60 degrees out and his hands are blue, and no matter how much running he's doing. So even though it's only early November, we did have a cold front that came through. Oh boy. And it got pretty cold, but especially the wind gusts. There was pretty brutal out there trying to be outside for long periods of time out in the fields and the pastures. And my dad had been planning to get a pair of coveralls for Mark, because Mark, the cheapo that he is, just kept thinking that he was going to get by without him. And Dad said, nope, we got to get you some. And so we went in yesterday finally and got him a pair, because it became apparent that we've already hit temperatures that he can't handle. But first we got to find out if he can handle even getting into the coveralls. So
These are so big.
they're pretty stiff. They're going to kind of remain fairly stiff.
How am I supposed to like climb stuff?
So he's actually going to put them on today to go outside and do some work.
Charles Ingalls never wore anything like this.
Oh well.
And that was Minnesota.
Michael Landon wouldn't like me to say this because I know he wore lifts in his boots to make himself look taller, but he was a more compact man. He was more efficient in his dimensions. You got long legs and tall and gangly. There's a lot more surface area for the wind to push against and the cold to settle in. Anyway, they're going to be necessary eventually, and I think you need to start getting used to them now before they're absolutely essential.
But they're essential today.
Right. For you, I think they might be, yeah.
Here's the other thing, like in the morning, you know, I like to like drink a pot of coffee, and then, so I'm outside working, but then, you know.
Well, there's zippers and such.
That's a lot of work. So far, so good. I'm going to try to figure out how to do one of those zigzaggy things, you know, like the zaggy. Just a really rainy, icy, snowy kind of day, but it's not windy, so that's nice. I had to pause in what I was doing and run over to the farm and grab some more nails. That's just handy. He's got tons of nails, so grab some nails and get back to work. So I kind of did sort of what you see, like in barns and stuff, except not as good, but you know. This is my first barn door, don't judge me. Oh, I should also welcome new subscribers to this whatever I'm doing. I've had a recent uptick, all thanks to last week doing a live stream with my buddy Farmer Brad back home in Richmond. And then last night I did a live stream with Morgan of Goldshaw Farm. And so that was fun. And then afterwards, yeah, I noticed over the past week or so I've bumped up like 30 subscribers, which is a pretty large number for me, so That's cool. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying yourself. I will certainly try to up my game a little bit, I guess. I don't know. I know this is some riveting stuff I'm doing here, and so. You know, the coveralls do help, but even more than that, I've been just focused on getting this done today and doing this. And I think when you really invest yourself in a project, you tend not to think about yourself in the same way and focus on being too cold, too hot, things like that. And so, I don't know, there's a lesson there somewhere, I guess. Here's the broken door. Get out of there. Actually, I might need that if this doesn't work.